It is the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. The Chiefs are 9.5 point favorites on the road at the Raiders in Las Vegas, a total of 52 and a half. Adam, we know here the Chiefs are your number one seed so long as they go ahead and take care of business here as 9.5 point favorites, as everyone thinks that they are going to do. So there is motivation for them. Do they have, but they only have to win. This is the one thing that we're going to have to kind of keep in our minds as we're handicapping this game. Yes, there's motivation for the Chiefs to win. They don't have to win by 10 points, right? I mean, like they if they're up 17 in the fourth quarter, certainly we will see Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and anybody on the sidelines taking absolutely no risk of any sort of injuries and stuff. So that is something we are really going to have to tiptoe here as we move into this week. So I assume you think the Chiefs are going to win over a Jared Stidham-led Las Vegas Raiders team, but do they win by double digits?
I don't think so. And if we saw anything last week with the Raiders against the San Francisco 49ers, it's that there was some life in the offense. And I'm not sure we expected that kind of life in the offense against a defense as good as San Francisco. And that would give me all the pause I would need to not lay those points with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I think the best thing we can talk about this week, like you said, is motivation. The Chiefs have to win this game. So I think ultimately, with as bad as the Raiders defense is, the Chiefs are going to win this game. But the one consistent thing we've seen with Kansas City is that covering spreads over the last 2 years of more than a touchdown is not a thing that they have done well.
If we look at this, Stephen, I almost do wonder if 52, even with being, in a year where we've had depressed totals, I wonder if 52 is enough, right? Because it's kind of one of those things where if we think the Chiefs come out hair on fire, hey, we got to win this game, 1 seed, et cetera, and they're just lighting the field up, could the Chiefs play into the 30s? I think that's within the realm of possibility here. And then, as Adam just mentioned, I mean, Stidham and the Raiders looked competent last week. It's not like he doesn't have weapons. He's got Waller, he's got Adams, he's got Jacob. I mean, so I don't know, like as high as 52 is for a 2022-2023 season total, I probably might be looking towards the over in this thing.
Sounds good to me, but you're talking to the guy who's lost a little bit of money this season betting totals. So I'm going to leave that to you. And I want to talk about sides since I'm hitting like 65% on sides this year. So I agree with Adam that this number is inflated. And I think that's a constant theme we see each year in the final week of the regular season with the NFL, especially as we get closer to kickoff. The teams that have something to play for often are priced more expensively than they would in a normal week. And you have to decide whether the team that has nothing to play for is going to come out and give a full honest effort. If you think that's the case, then you're probably getting value taking the dog. I think that's the case with the Las Vegas Raiders here. I'm going to bet Raiders plus 9.5. This line was KC -7 at home earlier this year against the Raiders. It's now 9.5 on the road. Now, I know Derek Carr isn't playing, but to Adam's point, I was impressed as well with Stidham against a defense that most of us, I think, would characterize as close to, if not the best in the NFL. He was top 5 in adjusted EPA, 3rd in success rate, 6th in completion percentage over expected, despite having the number 27 expected completion percentage because he was throwing the ball downfield so often. He was number 4 in air yards last week. So I was impressed by Stidham last week. And on top of that, the concern would be that the Chiefs' defenses look good over the past month. They're top 10 in a lot of categories over the past 4 weeks. But they played Denver twice, Houston, and Seattle. So I don't know how much to weigh into that. I think 9.5 is a lot of points. I think the Chiefs are going to score in this game, but I think the Raiders are going to be able to keep pace here and keep this within one possession.